What's going on, guys? My name's Viollent. Welcome to GRIZZ Zombies. As you've probably heard, Zombie Chronicles is now rated M for mature. We are moving closer to an official announcement by Treyarch. It's only a matter of time now, and more leaks are surfacing as we get closer to that time. Some people might call this a PR nightmare, but I think it's working in the benefit of Treyarch having these leaks surface, and it might be orchestrated by Treyarch to begin with. So as you can see, the ESRB did rate this as a mature game. This was now removed from the website, and now we can't look at it anymore, but we've all screenshot it and have had a good chance to look over it, and the material has just a description for Black Ops 3. It's not necessarily a description for Zombie Chronicles. If we remember back at the very first leaks, I'm going to take you through this story. It starts with Markets Insider. This is a stock website, and we actually saw a DLC pack that was available in 2017, and this is where we thought an actual DLC pack was going to come to the market. As we know and have seen more leaks, we now know it as an expansion that might be going down. So the DLC pack option was originally how this surfaced. So we can't exclude that from being reality because we just don't know until there's an official trailer. Zombie Chronicles is becoming more of a reality each and every day, and now we're on our 4th or 5th one. We'll find out as we move along in this video. So the second thing that happened was on Steam, and Steam had some deposits that were in these packages. We were assuming that things were being tested on in the Steam workshop. As we know, PC tends to get updates just like consoles do. If you're curious as to the date which we're at right now, it's April 12th. You can see it highlighted there. That's where we're starting from, and we're moving forward up until now. This is now the second leak, and we have a bunch of leaks that come together and make one big picture, so I'm going to draw it out for you so that way we can get as much information as possible to gather a conclusion as to the information that we're seeing. So it's going to be rated M for mature. We know that these zombie games in the past have been very bloody and gory. The story's very dark. We know that already, but it's just exciting that they're actually giving it a mature rating as well. This was the next leak we saw, and we thought the picture was all jacked up, so none of us believed it. But it did come from a website that was very interesting, and that website did put something out, but there was a case that happened before that, and that was voice actors finally came into the picture. They started coming forth, and we would think that they were breaking their NDAs, non-disclosure agreements, where they can't say anything, but just like I've covered on my channel before, this is the voice actor that came forth first from Brazil and also did the Portuguese voiceover for Richtofen. We know that we're in different countries, so Nolan North can't just voice over everybody's language because he doesn't know every language that Call of Duty wants to cover. So this man did the Edward Richtofen voiceover for the Brazil and Portuguese version, came out and let people know that he was doing the voiceover work. So that was just another leak that was out there, brought into the limelight. Then the next day, everyone started getting messages from this Argos Helpers website. It's a department store website where I guess it's pretty famous, like Walmart in the UK. I've got a lot of confirmation that it is. They gave me the June 27th release date as the release date for DLC 5. So now we have a release date. Pretty interesting stuff. This is getting a little more interesting each day that we move along, and a lot more has still surfaced since then. We know that a Spanish voice actor that plays Richtofen, extremely proud of his work, did a really good job on this, and over on Facebook he gave a tribute to his work, saying that he did do a voiceover work for Edward Richtofen, and that it's a DLC extra material pack for Black Ops 3 Zombies. So it's really interesting how these guys keep defining this as a DLC pack or an extension pack. We're getting a little bit closer to this being called somewhat of an expansion. But fellas, not long after that, we got the juiciest leak yet to date. You all know about this one. It's the infamous Spanish video game store. They also have a website, but they released this image as well. And the leaks came out, and we realized, oh my god, there's going to be 8 map packs in this actual thing. The content for Zombie Chronicles are 8 classic maps remastered and all include the Gobblegum function. It's funny how that was $80 and this was $80 as well. In Spanish terms, they're pesos, so it's a pre-order. And it all came from this mixup.com website. They're the originators of that weird Black Ops 3 icon that we saw that we thought was fake. They didn't have an official image, so they made that up in Photoshop, but Mixup Music Store is the place where it all originated from, and they are the ones in the Spanish area saying that you can actually pre-order Zombie Chronicles. And there's a lot more stuff yet we still have to talk about when it comes to these DLC 5 leaks. But let's read this out loud, the translation. It's a complete game that has all original content from Black Ops 3 and the content of Zombie Chronicles. Includes 8 classic maps of Treyarch Zombies remastered, and all the maps include the Gobblegum function. So, and the content of Zombie Chronicles in addition to Black Ops 3. So that's why people are thinking it's like a whole nother disc or game, an entire DLC expansion added on to Black Ops 3. I would say 100%, don't be disappointed if it's not 8 maps. Anywhere between 5 to 8 maps is reasonable for some sort of expansion. Realistically, until Call of Duty or Treyarch officially announce DLC 5 Zombie Chronicles, we can't be disappointed at all. As far as we're concerned, we're just happy that we just got a rating stating that Zombie Chronicles is going to be rated M for mature. Since this was officially taken off the ESRB website, a majority of people are thinking that Call of Duty or Treyarch reached out to them and told them to take it down because it's most likely affecting their timeline as for releasing through marketing. So it's something that a lot of people are talking about right now, and we think that DLC 5, a trailer of some sort, may actually become a thing in the very near future. These leaks are coming out each and every day, and it seems like Zombie Chronicles just ain't stopping. Which leads me to the last leak that actually went down, and that was for the file size and system requirements for Zombie Chronicles. This in fact is the most recent leak. It's called systemrequirementslabs.com, and a lot of people say this is a reputable site for testing a lot of different games, seeing what your CPU, your RAM, and OS and the requirements are, but the disk space says it's 60 gigs. This is a huge file, and I'm not sure if this is the official artwork of Zombie Chronicles or not. That text seems a little bit funky for my taste, but who knows, man. Let me know right now in the comments if you've ever been to this website or seen this website, systemrequirementslab.com. I feel like it's important. They just posted this information, and I find it interesting that it's a 60 gig space that you will need as the minimum requirement for Zombie Chronicles. That's a decent size file, but it also matches the file size just for Black Ops 3 playing on the PC. So it's just as big as Black Ops 3, and on the console for PS4 it's about 43 gigs, so it's even bigger than that. Now I can sit here and talk your ear off about what maps I think should be remastered, but I'm going to show you the proof that you can't deny that we may be in fact getting. So Ascension, it's a map that we might be getting. We also might be getting Moon. And in the lower right corner, you'll see that Samantha matches up perfectly with Shangri-La. So it's very possible that we'll get Shangri-La as well. Nuketown is, of course, another controversial one, but we got a loading screen for it as well. Then we got Mob of the Dead and Nox, so that's aiming towards a mob remastered. And the 5th comic gave us a loading screen of Shino Numa with the events of Peter McCain changing in Verrucht, and things are just different. So it's leading towards things being different in the storyline, but are we going to see remastered maps of these events? And that's my question to you guys. Those are the maps that Treyarch have put out for us to actually look at and analyze, and there's got to be a reason for that. It just seems like remasters of these maps are something that we can't get around, and each comic is bringing 6 into the limelight. We're probably going to get another loading screen when that 6th comic drops, and I believe that comic will drop before DLC 5. I'd say it's entirely realistic to expect somewhat of 6 maps happening when Zombie Chronicles arrives to console. Sony does currently have the DLC exclusivity deal with Call of Duty and Black Ops 3, as we know, with the Season Pass, so it's not out of the question that PS4 might get a 30-day exclusivity deal on the DLC content for Zombie Chronicles. I know a lot of you may not want to hear that, especially if you're on Xbox, but what I gotta tell you is that at least the Xbox guys got the backwards compatibility for Black Ops 2. Gives you time to at least go back and play those maps and get pumped up. 30 days, I guess you gotta wait for it, but it's not confirmed that you actually do. DLC 5 may in fact come out on all consoles, including PC, at the same time. Right now, at this very moment, it's rumored, and we're expecting somewhat of a release date around June 27th. That's a few weeks after E3, and at E3 we think we'll get an official trailer, but a trailer could happen anytime in the weeks leading up to this. So it's something that we gotta keep fresh in our heads, and all the information's gotta be straight, and that's why I decided to take you through the entire timeline of leaks as we've seen it so far. It's fair to you guys to get the proper information, and these are the leaks that I've been covering on my channel so far. I'm confident that we're going to see some sort of DLC content, holding on to the words of Jason Blundell in that 20th anniversary live stream, that something else is coming, but he just can't say. We now have confirmation that Zombie Chronicles is going to be rated M for mature, and be estimated around 60 gigabytes once it releases. I hope you guys will subscribe to my content and stay tuned for more Zombies video in the upcoming future. I'll see you in the next one. Viollent out.